Good morning. Not for me currently. As you can see, it is night, and it's the same day since I have the same shirt, but different day for you. Today is Mark 15. We're jumping around in Mark, not really sure why, but we are reading verses 1 through 14 or 15. So let's read. As soon as it was morning, having held a meeting with the elders, scribes, and the whole Sanhedrin, which is apparently the court system for the Jews, the chief priests tied Jesus up, led him away, and handed him over to Pilate. So Pilate asked him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus answered, "If you say so." And the chief priests accused him of many things. Pilate questioned him again. "Aren't you going to answer? Look how many things they are accusing you of." But Jesus still did not answer, and so Pilate was amazed. At the festival, Pilate used to release for the people a prisoner whom they requested. There was one named Barabbas, who was in prison with rebels who had committed murder during the rebellion. The crowd came up and began to ask Pilate to do for them as was his custom. Pilate answered them, "Do you want me to release the king of the Jews for you?" For he knew it was because of envy that the chief priests had handed him over. But the chief priests stirred up the crowd so that he would release Barabbas to them instead. Pilate asked them again, "Then what do you want me to do with the one you call the king of the Jews?" Again they shouted, "Crucify him!" Pilate said to them, "Why? What has he done wrong?" They all shouted the more, "Crucify him!" Wanting to satisfy the crowd, Pilate released Barabbas to them, and after having Jesus flogged, he handed him over to be crucified. Now, I'm just going to read some sentences here from the book because it's actually what I reflected on after reading this passage. But here in the book, it says it better than my thoughts can. Here, Pilate is amazed by Jesus' silence because the natural response to accusation is to defend yourself. Jesus is not guilty of any crime, but he remains silent because he knows that he is on his way to the cross. I heard once before, someone told me, he was telling a story, I can't remember what it was, that they were having a debate or argument with someone, and at some point he realized that he was just stopped and remained silent because he knew that he was telling the truth. And if he knew that, then there really wasn't any point on continuing to defend himself or be prideful about it or have a high ego and need to be right about it. And it was in regards to the truth in the Bible. And he said, the truth is the truth and I know it, and I hope that whoever it was he was debating with, you come to realize it. And that's just something impressive here about Jesus too. Is just, like the book said, he knew that he was going to, I think it was be hung on the cross. He knew what was coming for him. So one, it didn't matter what he had to say, what protests he had, but two, also in that just, what's the point of arguing with people of power who are going to not listen to the truth, but also if Jesus knew the truth, then there's just no reason to argue. Anyway, that was a lot of the same words repeated in different ways. But once again, enough of my voice. What do you